Hello and welcome back to the channel. We have some big news. So first of all, we have hit 20,000 subscribers. That's a big deal. I don't normally track things like subscriber count. In fact, the last thing I was watching was I was excited to catch up with Vintage Fans and More, since I think they are the, we'll say, other greatest fan-related YouTube channel. But after that, I really didn't pay that much attention. But 20,000 is a huge milestone, and I'm going to take this opportunity to do some big things and make some changes. So this is the first big announcement. And the first big announcement is that we are starting a Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's like Netflix or Hulu or Peacock or any of those video subscription services that you can get, except instead of subscribing to network television, you're subscribing to my content or whatever creators' content that you subscribe to on Patreon. I occasionally mention Technology Connections as another great YouTube channel. They have a Patreon. I subscribe to that one. Lots of other YouTubers have Patreons. And it's a way for viewers to help support that creator and help that creator make more content. It's a way to build community so followers of that creator can interact more and participate more and influence the content. And then it's also a way to see some content that is specific to Patreon. So, now that hopefully you understand what it is, let's talk about why it would be worth it. So, many of you know, many of you don't know, in addition to the videos you see on my YouTube channel, I have hundreds of videos you haven't seen or haven't seen yet. I put my videos up on a schedule, and I think 4 a day. And as of right now, there's over 150 videos that have been filmed and are going to go up and have not gone up yet because they are not yet scheduled. Patreon subscribers will get to see those long before they go up. There's a couple that I filmed at Youth Center, which is the building in Chicago that everybody seems to love. The last time we were there was in December. It's now January. Nobody's seen those videos yet because they're not scheduled to go up yet, but Patreon subscribers will get to see them first. That's the first thing. Second thing is I have another 200 or so videos that are private that are never going to be public. Again, using Youth Center as an example, there's some behind-the-scenes content. Using my music stuff, there's some shows that I've done and some songs and some concerts and things like that where I was like, there's just too many mistakes. I'm not going to make this public. But they're there, and they're going to be shared on Patreon. So if you like my content, you want to see more of it, you want to see content that is not yet public or will never be public, that is a benefit to subscribing on Patreon. Third thing is I'm going to start creating some content specifically from Patreon and based on Patreon. The main two things are I get lots of requests for fan test videos for like new fans from different manufacturers, and sometimes they just send them to me. But if I have to buy them full price, I can't afford to do that for every fan people want to see. Well, if people contribute enough on Patreon, I can use that money to go out and buy the fans and review those fans, and we'll have more YouTube content. The other big request I get is tutorials for guitar and organ. Those are time consuming. I don't always have the time to do it. I normally charge for them, but if we get enough subscribers on Patreon, then I will be able to get to do more guitar and organ tutorials. And the Patreon subscribers will be the ones that vote on and suggest what fan reviews and what guitar and organ tutorials. I will also do some giveaways on Patreon. I will give away some fans, and Patreon subscribers will be eligible for those. So, let's talk a little more about it. There are 3 tiers. This is a thing that Patreon does. I think I can edit it and have more or fewer, but I stuck with the 3. The first tier is only $3 a month. That is all it costs. All of them are really affordable, but the $3 a month is like, I mean, you probably lose that change in your pocket. And the $3 a month, what that gets you is simply to be a part of the community and to contribute. You'll be a part of the discussions, you'll be a part of suggesting content, you'll be a part of whatever happens on Patreon for $3 a month, but you won't get any of the Patreon exclusive content. The next tier is $6 a month. I spend $6 almost every day on a cup of coffee. Not every day, but pretty close to. Whenever I don't make it at home, if I'm out and about, I buy a $6 cup of coffee. $6 is not very much, and in the $6 a month tier, you will get access to videos before they go up, weeks before they go up in several cases, and unlisted content that is not made specifically for Patreon, but will likely never be public. And again, that's going to be ceiling fan content. That's going to be music content. Pretty much anything that might bring you to this channel, that's going to be there. A lot of behind the scenes stuff at Youth Center, a lot of behind the scenes stuff at the barn, stuff that me and Rick and Pete have done, videos that I've made for other people, like videos I made for my uncle, like here, this is how we fix the furnace, this is how we control the lights or whatever we changed. Just different behind the scenes stuff that's not public. Then the final tier is $9, and for $9 you will have access to content that is filmed for Patreon and nowhere else. It is Patreon specific content. I'm not going to start doing that right away. And I'm not going to start doing it until we get enough subscribers at that level, but that is a thing. And once, if and once that happens, then there'll be Patreon specific content, unlisted content, and previews, sneak previews, things like that, as well as the initial base tier, which is just being one of the supporters. Additionally, if you're somebody who wants a shout out for being a Patreon supporter, I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet, but I'll be happy to do it. I don't mind doing it. I know a lot of YouTubers do that. I don't want to do what some people do, which is have it in like a rolling credits, because that requires way more time in post-production than I normally do. We'll figure out a way to do it. Maybe I'll just do a video once a month where I shout out my Patreon supporters. So there's also a VIP tier that Patreon added, and I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with it yet. It's $25 a month. If you just want to be extra generous, go ahead and subscribe to that. Otherwise, I'll figure out something to do with it. Live streams, live chats. Maybe those are people that can contribute to fan test days. When we've had like fan test days where people have live streamed in or video chatted, maybe that'll be the VIP tier. Or maybe we'll do a live chat on YouTube. I don't know. We're going to figure out something to do with that $25 tier, since that's something that Patreon offers. Don't know what it is yet. Open to your suggestions, especially if you are one of the people who decide to subscribe to that tier. So I'll put the link down below. Please spread the word, because if people don't support this, it won't work. And which means that you have to share with other people who are interested in this channel. Like, hey, you watch Dan Spiffy Newman's channel? Well, here's a way you can get more content. Here's a way you can help him make more content, etc. Spread the word. Share this video. Share the Patreon link. It's a small amount of money, and all it will do is go towards the channel and the building of the channel. So that's it. I hope to see you there. That's the first big announcement. I'm gonna preview a few other things real quick, and then we'll wrap up this video. So there's gonna be a few other things for the 20,000 subscriber milestone. I may do another announcement video like this, or I may just put them up. There's big changes at the organ shop that has to do with both music and fans and lighting. So that there'll be some videos about that. Those will go up, and they will go to Patreon first. So Patreon subscribers, you'll get to see that long before everybody else. I have a cache of Menards commercials that people generously shared with me. I'm going to start putting those up, so there'll be a lot of vintage commercials from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s of fans and lighting at Menards. Again, Patreon subscribers will see them first. And I have a lot of music content that I just have not had a chance to edit and post because of the holidays and stuff like that. Again, Patreon subscribers will see it first. I can't stress this enough. You'll get to see content other people don't see. You get to see the content that other people see long before they do. This is going to be for both fans and music, as well as the other topics. If we get enough support, I'll do coffee stuff on there. I'll do murder mystery stuff on there. Anything that is a part of my channel, if we get patrons or Patreon supporters that are interested in it, we will do Patreon-specific content and discussions. So, if you like the content on this channel, I hope you're going to love what we're doing going forward. Please subscribe to the Patreon. Please like and comment on this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Please share this, and please look for this content that's coming up. I know you're going to love it. Thanks for watching. Have a great holiday season, which is wrapping up now. And please continue to support our sponsors, Fanstick, Lightstick, and Taco Burrito Mexico. And by the way, if you don't get those references, we'll talk about them in Patreon. Thanks for watching.